Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, March 28th, 2023. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. I did it. I got to D.C. before daybreak, found a great parking spot, got some decent photos of the cherry blossoms. Now, I'm no horticulturalist, but I bet they have a few more days until they start to drop en masse. And oddly, the tulip garden still has a ways to go until that's in full bloom. So if you are into that thing, there you go. All right, we do have some news today, so let's get into it, shall we? The Anne Arundel County Police are looking for a man who robbed the Shell station in Cape St. Clair at gunpoint. It happened on Friday evening, fairly early, like at 9:50 p.m., and a thinly built black male, approximately 5 foot tall, wearing a long black coat and a black ski mask, pulled a handgun on the clerk and demanded money. The clerk did comply. No one was hurt, but police did not find a suspect. And up in Severn on Saturday night, 3 people were shot, 2 adults and a 14-year-old, all males. At 9:40 p.m., police got a report of shots fired in the area of Tomlinson Court. When they arrived, they found the 3 victims in 2 separate homes in the area. 1 victim did sustain potentially life-threatening injuries. The other 2 are being treated at area hospitals. They do not have any suspect or suspects just yet. If anyone knows anything about either of these, 410-222-4700 is the anonymous tip line. Here's some school news that's going to screw up everybody's schedule. There is a 2-hour early dismissal on Wednesday for Unity Day and again on Thursday and Friday, which are the last 2 days of the marking period. It looks like Lamar Jackson wants out. He has asked the Ravens to trade him, saying that the Ravens are not interested in meeting his value. Now, I'm not quite sure how much he feels he's worth, but when you have a $200 million guarantee, I don't know. I'm not sure I'd throw that away. But I guess he's going to find out what his worth is soon enough. My guess is that he may go the way of RG3 and T.O. Leadership Anne Arundel is holding their annual New Leaders Breakfast celebration at Carroll's Creek Cafe on April 26th. It is open to the public and tickets are available at leadershipaa.org. And among the leaders to be honored are Governor Moore, Lieutenant Governor Miller, Comptroller Learman, Dr. Mark Bedell, Register of Wills Erica Griswold, legislators including Councilwomen Julie Hummer and Shannon Ledbetter, Sheriff Everett Sesker, and a bunch of others. You want to check out the names at eyeonannapolis.net, and if you'd like to get some tickets, leadershipaa.org. Saturday is the Martin Luther King Jr. Parade and celebration here in Annapolis. Now, due to cold weather around his birthday, the organizers voted to permanently move it to April, but the parade does kick off at noon, and following it, it will be a free, family-friendly African Diaspora Festival at City Dock. The festival does get underway at 1 p.m. And I usually save these silly polls for Friday, but boy, I got a ton of them yesterday. Of the 50 states, Maryland is the 15th biggest joking state, with people apt to pull an April Fool's or to appreciate the art of humor, or so says gambling.com. But if you want to know about our most Googled fashion trends, we turn to the experts at Boohoo, and I'm not sure what they do. They say that we are the 4th state that is the most obsessed with fashion trends, and we look mostly for loafers, Chelsea boots, which I have no idea what they are, cowboy boots, trench coats, and graphic tees. That sounds like an Ocean City weekend to me. Doesn't sound too fashionable. And apparently, we placed 10th for states most eager for a luxury vacation, says Ritzy Charters, and I think they probably have a vested interest in that. All right, let's not forget that today is Ticket Tuesday, and if you're interested in a pair of sweet seats to see any of these shows at Rams Head on Stage, get in touch, and I may just have a pair for you. I have 2 more pair. One for Ricky Rockman of MTV fame, and that is tomorrow night, or Sophie B. Hawkins on Thursday, March 30th. And please do check out all the other shows at ramsheadonstage.com that are coming up. And here is a bonus contest. I've got 2 tickets to the Eat, Pray, Love catered dinner and movie at Homestead Gardens on Thursday evening, starting at 6 p.m. You watch the movie, and as it progresses, the Wizards at Bread and Butter Kitchen, the Bell House Catering, and Vintage Views will be pairing food and drink to mimic the film and serving you. Pretty cool. To win those, send me a DM or an email and see if you can guess my absolute most favorite food. And I promise I'll be honest, and here's a little bit of a hint. It's not fancy, and I'm convinced that no one here in Maryland can make it correctly. All right, that's a wrap. But first, a quick thank you to you for listening and sharing and letting your friends and colleagues all know about us, and to our sponsors for the Daily News Brief, Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Solar Energy Services, the Hospice of the Chesapeake, and Maryland Higher Education Commission. So now you just need to hang tight because we have George Young from DCMDVA Weather standing by with your only locally forecast weather report. All that coming up in just a bit.
Coping with advanced illness can be overwhelming, and determining the best options for a loved one isn't always so easy. But here at Hospice of the Chesapeake, your hometown hospice, we want you to know you do have a choice. You can choose exactly who provides the care and the type of care you receive, and it's your decision when and where your loved one receives that care. We have served our community, family, and friends for over 40 years. We are there when you need us. Learn how we can help at hospicechesapeake.org.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be, so you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Tuesday, March 28th. Not a bad weather day yesterday for the Annapolis region to get the work and school week started, and it should be pretty nice today through Thursday with warmer air, then moving in late week, along with some additional rain ahead of a Sunday cool down. Look for mixed skies today with breezy highs in the mid or upper 50s, with a very small but valid chance for some showers late tonight, to be followed by sunshine both Wednesday and Thursday, with highs in the mid-50s to maybe lower 60s in spots, before temps jump up into the mid-60s to maybe lower 70s Friday, with a pretty good chance of some PM rain as well, ahead of more rain Saturday, as temps jump up even more into the mid-70s to maybe low 80s for a few locations across Anne Arundel County, which should make for a fairly nice day overall for the 9th Annual Maryland Chicken Wing Festival at Anne Arundel Fairgrounds, before skies then clear Sunday with cooler conditions back down in the upper 50s or so. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe. And don't forget, follow DCMDVA Weather on Facebook and Twitter for regular updates each day, along with the website at dcmdvaweather.info, so you can always stay weather informed.
Did you get close to completing your college degree but dropped out during the COVID pandemic? Well, as a near completer, you may be eligible to receive money from the Maryland Higher Education Commission to finish your degree. Again, if you started your degree but for whatever reason never finished it, the Maryland Higher Education Commission has money to help you return to college and finish what you started. Go to mhec.maryland.gov and click on the Near Completer grant to learn more.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Have you been looking for ways to save money recently? Maybe you should consider solar energy for your home. Or are you waiting for the technology to get cheaper? If so, how long are you going to wait? Today's solar costs less than 20% of what it cost 10 years ago. But while solar prices have declined every year, so have the financial incentives. Bottom line, if you wait for cheaper solar, you're also waiting for lower incentives. Take my home, for example. My solar system was installed in 2010, and it's been paid off for almost 5 years, and I no longer have to buy any electricity for another 15 to 20 years. If I waited for cheaper solar, I'd still be paying an electric bill. At Solar Energy Services, we have thousands of satisfied customers who are sure glad they didn't wait. So what are you waiting for? Sunshine's a wasted. Call us today for a free solar design at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Ion Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.